Welcome to the Kingdom Toons. Today we journey back to ancient Israel, where courage and faith turn the tide of history. This is the story of Caleb, the man whose faith never wavered, even when the world around him was filled with fear. Long ago, under the harsh sun of the Sinai desert, a nation walks slowly, dust rising with every step, the wind whispering ancient promises. They are the Israelites, led by Moses, journeying from slavery to freedom. Among them walks Caleb, strong, quiet, and full of unshakable faith. Caleb is not famous. He doesn't wear a crown or carry a staff. But there is something different about him, something burning within. He has seen the mighty hand of God, and he believes what others doubt. He was a slave once, in Egypt. He remembers the sting of the whip, the sound of weeping in the night. But he also remembers the plagues, the Nile turning to blood, the frogs, the hail, the darkness, and finally, the night they walked free, following a pillar of fire. Caleb remembers the Red Sea parting like curtains and the people walking through on dry ground. How can he forget? So now, when Moses gathers 12 men, leaders from each tribe, to explore the land of Canaan, Caleb steps forward without fear. He is chosen to represent the tribe of Judah. He nods once, firm and ready. He knows the land is theirs. God already said so. The spies cross into Canaan. For 40 days they travel through the land, from the valleys to the hilltops. They see fields of grain swaying in the breeze, and vines so heavy with fruit they break the branches. They cut down a cluster of grapes so large it must be carried on a pole between two men. But they also see the people, tall, strong, and battle-hardened. The cities are walled and guarded. Warriors march through the streets with spears and armor. The spies whisper among themselves, fear growing like weeds. When the 12 return, the camp gathers in excitement. They wait to hear what lies ahead. The 10 fearful spies speak first. Yes, the land is rich and beautiful, they say, but it is filled with giants. We are like grasshoppers in their sight. We cannot win. The people gasp. Some cry out, others begin to panic. Murmurs rise, doubt spreads like a fire. But Caleb steps forward, his voice is clear and strong. We should go up at once and take possession, he says. We can do it. God is with us. But the crowd does not listen. Fear has deafened them. That night, the people rebel. They cry and weep. They shout that they would rather return to Egypt, back to chains, than face what lies ahead. Caleb's heart breaks. He knows they're turning their backs on the God who carried them this far. Then comes the judgment. God declares that because of their unbelief, this entire generation, everyone 20 years and older, will not enter the promised land. They will wander the wilderness until they are gone. Only Caleb and Joshua, the 2 faithful spies, will be allowed to see the land, and so the waiting begins. 40 years. 40 years of desert sand and wandering. 40 years of funerals and fading hopes. Caleb buries friends, leaders, neighbors. But not his faith. Even when the days blur together and others begin to forget the promise, Caleb remembers. Every morning he wakes up with one thought. God is faithful. His word is true. And then, after 4 decades, they return to the edge of Canaan. Moses is gone. Joshua now leads. Caleb is 85 years old, his hair grey but his eyes still sharp. His steps are steady. His spirit is as strong as ever. He walks through the camp with purpose. The time has come. He finds Joshua and speaks boldly. You remember the promise, my friend. You remember what Moses said. God promised me this land. Give me the hill country. Give me the land of the Anakim, the giants. I am ready. My strength has not faded, and my heart has not wavered. If the Lord is with me, I will drive them out. And Joshua blesses him. Caleb goes to war, not with fear, but with faith. The land is rough, the cities are tall, the enemies are fierce. But Caleb does not hesitate. He leads his family into battle, with sword and shield, but most of all with unshakable trust in God. He conquers the land. The giants fall, the mountain is claimed. And there, on that very mountain, Caleb builds a home. Not just a house of wood and stone, but a legacy of faith. His children live there. His grandchildren play in the fields. They grow up hearing the story of the man who waited and believed. The land becomes known as Hebron, a city of refuge and peace. It becomes a testimony, standing for generations as proof that God keeps his promises and that faith really can move mountains. Caleb's life wasn't loud, but it was legendary. He didn't chase glory, he chased God. He didn't fear giants, he trusted promises. He didn't live for the moment, he lived for the mountain. And now, centuries later, we still speak his name. The story of Caleb reminds us that real strength isn't in our muscles, it's in our faith. God doesn't need crowds. He just needs one heart that believes. When you trust him, even the tallest mountains can move.